You ever notice how some tourists land in Australia with confidence so high it needs its own passport? Yeah, turns out Australia doesn't care. It'll humble you, roast you, and possibly chase you, all before lunch. So grab a drink, sit back and enjoy, because these folks didn't just lose arguments, they lost dignity.
I was at a roadside stop in the outback when this American guy started explaining snakes to a local. He goes, "Snakes only attack if you provoke them. I've seen it on Discovery Channel." The Aussie behind the counter didn't even look up, just said, "Yeah, mate, and I've seen cooking shows. Doesn't mean I'm Gordon Ramsay." Everyone chuckled. 5 minutes later, the same guy nearly stepped on a snake sunbathing near his car. He froze, didn't move, didn't breathe. The Aussie walked over, gently nudged him back, and said, "Good call, mate. Looks like you watched the right episode after all."
At Bondi Beach, a tourist was explaining rip currents to locals. "You just swim straight out of them," he said confidently. A lifeguard nearby raised an eyebrow and said, "Yeah, mate, if you fancy a quick trip to New Zealand." The guy laughed, then went in the water, got caught in a rip within minutes. Guess who had to rescue him? Same lifeguard. Dragging him back, she said, "Lesson 1, champ. Maybe listen before you lecture." At a wildlife reserve, this tourist was convinced kangaroos are harmless. "They're basically big rabbits," he said. The ranger just smiled. Didn't argue, just pointed toward a massive kangaroo chilling nearby. "Go on then, mate. Pet your rabbit." The guy took one step forward. The kangaroo stood up, squared up, and suddenly that rabbit looked like it paid taxes and lifted weights. The tourist backed up real fast. The ranger nodded and said, "Yeah, funny how rabbits don't box, eh?" Up north near Darwin, a tourist joked he could definitely outrun a crocodile. The guide nodded slowly. "All right, mate, we'll put that on your tombstone." Later, during feeding time, a croc launched out of the water like a missile. The guy went dead silent. The guide leaned in and said, "Still feeling quick, champ?" A couple decided to trust their phone over a local's directions. "It's 2025. We've got GPS." The Aussie replied, "Yeah, but the desert doesn't." 3 hours later, no signal. Wrong road. Same tree 4 times. When they were finally found, the local just said, "Congrats, mate. You've invented going nowhere faster." So, yeah, confidence is great. But in Australia, confidence without common sense is just entertainment for locals. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who thinks they could handle Australia. Because trust me,